And in terms of the food, so I liked Honduran food. I wouldn't say there was anything ever that weird or strange about it. A lot of rice, a lot of beans, a lot of eggs, a lot of tortillas, and honestly, a lot of food that's not very expensive. Because people there just didn't have a lot of money a lot of times. But one of the things I loved about Honduran food, and I wish happened here, was that it was sold everywhere. I mentioned that there are pulperias, which are basically these little convenience stores that are where they sell food out of people sell food out of their houses that they've run basically as convenience stores. But there was also always vendors on the street corners, always selling something, either drinks or hot dogs or baleadas, which a baleada it's basically a flour tortilla with refried beans and maybe cheese and sometimes they had other things in there like sausage and stuff like that, or sometimes it was just beans and tortilla and cheese. So sometimes it was really really simple, but it was kind of cool that they always just sold food on the street corner. So anytime you were hungry, you could just buy something right there. And so that I kind of sometimes I guess they do it in some cities, like New York maybe, where they have more street vendors of food. But that was something that I always thought was kind of cool, because if I was hungry from tracting all day, I could just buy something. It was always really easy to buy a snack. And I always liked it. I didn't. It was kind of funny. In my first area, I ended up gaining about 20 pounds, and that was just because we got fed a lot, and I couldn't really contain myself, and it kind of just became a joke almost, like, oh, Elder Lowe, he never stops eating, and so then I got that reputation a little bit, and so then if I ever ate less, I got looks like, why aren't you eating my food, and you're worried about offending people. So I just ate and ate and ate, and I ended up gaining about 20 pounds, which was not something I necessarily wanted to do. And so then once I left that area, I became much more conscious of just eating my share, not trying to put on a show, and so I ended up losing that weight in the next area or two, as I also got sent to a very mountainous area, so I was doing a lot of hiking too. But so I ended up losing that weight pretty quickly afterwards. But yeah, so I mean there was always plenty of food to go around, and the people there, they'll give you the shirt right off their backs if you ask them, and they're always more than willing to share whatever they have to eat with you, and that was kind of a humbling thing, because they didn't have a lot, but whatever they had, they wanted you to have some too, and so that was kind of cool. And I never felt like the food was really weird or disgusting or anything like that. It was pretty normal stuff. The most adventurous thing they had was they have this soup that they really like, and the soup is called mondongo soup, and that one is a little weird because the meat that they have in there is cow intestine. And so that was, when I first heard, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I really want that so much. But I did have some, and what I remember is that the meat, which like I said is cow intestine, was extremely chewy, and so I didn't really love that so much. But I had it, ate it, didn't kill me, and so it ended up being fine. But other than mondongo soup, most of the food is pretty run of the mill.